All right, and moving on, anti-immigration protests in Northern Ireland's Belfast turned violent. Protesters torched buildings and vehicles on Tuesday evening and blocked roads. Well, the violence comes a day after an alleged stabbing by a Sudanese refugee, seen in a graphic video which sent the tension soaring. A bus and several cars were set alight by hundreds of mass protesters who had gathered at several locations across the city of Belfast, while a building in the city centre caught fire and its residents had to be evacuated. The police helicopters patrolled above the city and shops were also closed early, while aerial footage from British broadcaster Sky showed police seeking to disperse people in the Northern Irish capital. Other street fires appear to be in residential areas of the city. Dozens of demonstrators also gathered outside a hotel housing asylum seekers, carrying banners reading "No racism, just patriotism" and "Enough is enough." Well, crowds also gathered in Antrim, around 25 kilometres west of Belfast. A Sudanese man has been accused over the knife attack where the victim, a man in his 40s, was taken to the hospital with serious injuries to his eyes, face and back. The 30-year-old suspect, who was not named, was held in custody and charged with attempted murder, possession of a knife in a public place and making threats to kill.
The suspect, a man in his 30s, who we now understand to be Sudanese, was arrested at the scene on suspicion of attempted murder. He is in custody, and at this time we are not seeking anyone else in connection with the investigation. And what is believed to be a kitchen knife was recovered at the scene. I share the public's revulsion over the brutal nature of this attack, which has created concern not only here in Northern Ireland but much further afield.
As anti-immigration figures, including Reform Party leader Nigel Farage, demanded details about the attack, the Interior Ministry confirmed the suspect was a Sudanese refugee with a residence permit valid until 2028. Northern Ireland Police Chief John Boucher said that he had arrived in the UK in 2023 via Paris and Dublin. The situation grew worse as numerous social media accounts under a group called Patriots shared the footage, urging people to protest against mass immigration into their communities. Michelle O'Neill, the First Minister of Northern Ireland, slammed the protests and urged calm. Listen to this.
That we have no tolerance for sectarianism, for hatred, for division. And to all those people out there that are stoking up tensions, particularly in that social media space, who have no care or interest in the people here but are happy to, raise tensions, I say they do not represent us. This is a society that is welcoming, that is inclusive.
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer also termed the stabbing incident horrific and sickening. The tensions were already high in Britain after violent skirmishes last week in Southampton over the police handling of the murder of a young white student stabbed to death by a British Sikh man. Immigration has become a hot-button issue in UK and has helped fuel the rise of the far-right Reform UK party in the polls.